Hi everybody, welcome back to Marie's Kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Today we are making an easy meat sauce. And what I love about this sauce is that it is quick and easy enough for a last minute weeknight dinner, yet still so flavorful, warm, and comforting. You can serve this sauce with any kind of noodle, including traditional pasta, brown rice noodles, spaghetti squash, or zucchini noodles. And for the zucchini noodles, don't worry if you don't have a spiralizer. I'm going to show you how to make zucchini noodles using a very basic kitchen gadget that I think everyone has. I can't wait to share this with you. Let's get started. So this recipe in its most basic form has just 2 ingredients. Like when you're in the last minute hurry, need food now, you can make it with just 2 ingredients. First, you'll need 1 pound of grass-fed ground beef, and I use the 93% lean. You could also use turkey if you don't want to use red meat. And for the second ingredient, you'll need a jar of your favorite marinara sauce. When you're picking a marinara sauce, I like to look to the added sugars, and this one has no added sugars in it. There will be some sugar because tomatoes are naturally sweet, but there's no added sugar, that's the point. And then if you go over to the ingredient side, this just has a handful of ingredients: tomatoes, olive oil, onions, salt, garlic, basil, black pepper, and oregano. So it's something that I like what I would make at home, but I don't have to. It's in a jar already made up. So that's the kind of marinara sauce that I really like, and I will link to these in the recipe. And if you have a favorite, let me know. I always am looking for new ideas. Now, if you want to make this recipe a little more exciting and you have some more ingredients and a little more time, as I'm going to show you today, you can add some other things like Italian sausage. And we're going to use 2 links of this today, and that adds just really great flavor without doing a lot of work. To cook the sauce, you'll need sort of a medium-sized pot. I'm using a medium Dutch oven here, which I really love. It's not as big as my really big ones, which can be kind of heavy, so I really do use this one a lot. We're just going to turn the fire to about medium-high heat, and then we'll open the beef and pop that in. This is how I keep my hands kind of clean when I do it. I just squeeze it out. And then to that, we're also going to add 2 links of this Italian sausage. And I really love this because it adds so much flavor with so little effort. So I'm only going to use 2 today, so I'll just freeze the rest. And what you'll want to do with this is just, you can cut the casing and then just pop out the sausage. Or you can always buy some bulk sausage if you'd rather do it that way. Sometimes that can be harder to find depending what grocery store you go to. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands real good right now. So we'll just wrap this up. We can pop that in the freezer. So here we have our ground beef and our Italian sausage, and I'm just going to cut that up with a kind of a wooden spatula here. And you want to cut that into pretty small pieces. Now, I know a lot of you I see in the comments, and thank you so much for your comments. I love to hear your feedback. I know a lot of you are just cooking for 1 or 2. So if you want to make this for just 1 or 2, I personally would recommend making a full batch and then freezing it in portions. It freezes really well and it's easy to heat up. So go ahead and make the whole batch and then pop it in the freezer in portions, and you can heat it up when you need it. Okay, this is looking good. It looks nice and brown, and the beef is in small pieces. And again, I don't drain my ground beef. It's fairly lean, so I don't really feel a need to, but if you like to drain your ground beef, you can go ahead and do that. This looks good. Now to this, we can add our grated carrot. So I just have a kind of a medium-sized carrot here. I'm gonna peel that real quick. And then end off, and then I just have a microplane grater, and I'm going to grate that carrot right into the pot. The carrot adds a lot of sweetness and also some good flavor, and then grating it is easier, I find, than peeling and chopping and then cooking that separately. Plus, it's a little more discreet this way. You don't have big chunks of carrot, which personally I don't love in my meat sauce. Okay, there we go. Now we'll give this a quick stir. At this point, you could also add more garlic if you like. I really like the flavor of the Rayo's marinara, so I just use it as is, but feel free to add garlic here too. Now we'll add our sauce, and let's see if I can open it. Can't. Hey, I love this gadget. I can link to it in the description if you'd like to get one. It's a great jar opener. Okay, so now we'll just pour our marinara sauce right in with the cooked meat and carrot. Then give this a stir. And the sauce is basically done. We're gonna let that kind of simmer, just let the flavors combine and kind of tenderize the meat. But generally, it's done. So it wasn't that easy. It is so good. You'll definitely want to season it with salt and pepper. Usually I taste it before I add a lot of salt, but we can add a pinch here, and then we'll give it a taste and see if it needs more. It's so cold and rainy outside, and this already is smelling so good. I can't wait for the kids to get home and have something so warm and hearty for dinner. I am going to serve this with traditional pasta noodles like spaghetti or linguine, but if you want to make zucchini noodles, you can, and this is a spiralizer if you haven't seen one. You know I don't love kitchen gadgets, and this really is one that I think is pretty cool, and we've had a lot of fun with it. When my kids were really little, they loved working the spiralizer. Then we'll take our spiralizer, and then we'll press that down. It has little suction cups on the bottom so it holds in place. And then you'll just place your zucchini right here in the center of this piece. Oops, it has these prongs. You put it there, and then you kind of line it up here and press that in. And then you just start rolling your zucchini like this. And what you're left with is just the center, which is basically the seeds. There are our zucchini noodles, made really easy using the spiralizer. And I can put the link to the newer version of this in the description box if you think you might like to try it. Now, as promised, if you do not have a spiralizer, you can still make zucchini noodles. And this is how I do it most of the time, because I usually don't want to get out a big gadget. I just want to quickly have some zucchini noodles. So again, you can trim the ends, and then all you'll need is your trusty veggie peeler. Any kind will work. And what we're going to do is just, like you're peeling the zucchini, but we're making that into these fat noodles. They're not the same shape as the noodles from the spiralizer, but they work just as well, and look how easy it is. And I really do like the shape and the texture. So what I'm doing here is, after several peels, you just turn a quarter turn. And what I'm trying to do is avoid the seeds in the center. You can certainly go all the way through and use all the seeds in the whole zucchini if you want, but I prefer to leave the seeds out. All right, and there's these zucchini noodles. Don't they look pretty? So 2 different ways to make zucchini noodles. If you have any questions, let me know, and I hope you get to try these. What we'll do is cook these on the stove with just a little olive oil, and then you can add some garlic if you like, and then they're ready to serve. So super quick and easy, and this is also something you could do ahead. These keep well in the fridge for a few days. To cook the zucchini noodles, I'll do it in 2 different batches since these are a different thickness. They'll need a little different cook time. I have a nonstick pan here. It is my green pan, which I really like, which I use a lot. And I'm gonna turn that to about medium heat. Then we can add some olive oil to the pan. You don't need much. Looks like our pan's heating up, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the zucchini. And then you don't want to add any salt yet. If you do add the salt to it, it's going to bring out the water and these will turn kind of steamed and kind of soggy. All right, so these are done. We'll pop these back in our bowl here. And then you can just put the sauce right on top and enjoy. It's so great. Now we'll do the other noodles back in our same pan with a little olive oil. We'll do these guys. All right, it's been about 3 minutes and these look good. We'll move these over to a bowl. And I know this doesn't seem like a lot of noodles, but when you add the meat sauce to it, it actually is pretty filling. Think about it, it's almost a full zucchini and then however much meat sauce you add. So it is pretty satisfying even though it looks like a small amount. Okay, the sauce is done. I'm gonna have a little taste to see if it needs any salt and pepper. Oh my gosh, it is so good. So just warm and hearty. I think I'll add a little bit more salt to that. Maybe a little more pepper. Gotta get a new spoon here. Try another taste. Oh my gosh. It's so good. I can't believe. I mean, what was this 4 ingredients? It was the marinara, the beef, the Italian sausage, and the carrot. I really hope you try this one. It's so good. Thanks so much for joining us on Marie's Kitchen. Today we made this easy and delicious meat sauce with just 2 to 4 ingredients, depending on what you have and how much time you had. Comes out so warm and flavorful. I can't wait for you to try this one. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It means so much to me and also to YouTube. Also, leave me a comment. Let me know if you're gonna try this recipe and if there's anything else you'd like to see. I'm always looking for ideas and inspiration. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. I've got lots more videos coming up with easy recipes just like this, and I don't want you to miss any of them. For this recipe and more, head over to my website, mariesaba.com. There you can print out this recipe and all my recipes, and if you like, put them in a notebook and make your very own Marie's Kitchen cookbook for free. My goal is to give you some really easy recipes that turn out great every time so you can build some confidence in the kitchen and feel really inspired to share good food with people that you love. From my kitchen to yours. Thank you.